Before I start this video, let me take 30 seconds to tell you something about Exergic. Exergic is India's most trusted and most experienced institute for online GATE preparation. I am Chandresh Mahajan, founder and chief educator at Exergic. I am an All India rank 37 in GATE Mechanical Engineering, an ex-Indian Oil officer having 7+ years of teaching experience as of now. These are the GATE 2021 Mechanical Engineering toppers from Exergic. You can find their preparation strategy on Exergic's website. To know more about our GATE courses, you can visit our website or contact us on these details. Also, you can download Exergic GATE preparation app from Google Play Store. The link is available in the description of video. Hello dear students, welcome to Exergic. In this video I am going to talk about the feature, the tool of mark for review. It is such a tool, feature, an option which is available to each and every aspirant of GATE while writing GATE also, as well as while practicing full length test. But sad reality is that many students do not use it. Many students do not correctly use it, right? Some of them overuse it, some of them use it very less. So all these situations I will talk about. I will also talk about in this video that what to do with what type of question. If you are able to solve it correctly, if you stuck somewhere, if you don't know how to start, there are many situations when you arrive at a question. There are many directions in which you can go. Either you can correctly solve it, or maybe it is lengthy, you have spent 7 minutes, what to do next. Maybe the question is tricky, you don't know how to start. Maybe you have started, but you are not sure whether I have done correctly or not. So in all these situations, you are not fully done with the question, right? So what to do in all these situations and how to effectively use mark for review for those types of cases, whether you should mark them, should not mark them, what you should do. Everything I will talk about in this video. I am sure each and every GATE aspirant is going to benefit from this video. So make sure to watch it till the end. Now, whenever you arrive at a question, you have read the question, you understood the problem, you solved it correctly, accurately, confidently, you ticked your answer and you moved ahead. In such situations, there is no need of marking that for review, right? But if you are not fully done with a question, because it's very important that you solve the questions, as I keep on saying this in the courses of Exergic, especially when I'm solving questions or explaining examples, that you should be able to accurately and confidently, both of them are important, accurately and confidently able to solve a question. If you did it accurately but you are not sure, you are thinking, yaar, maybe somewhere I have done mistake, पता नहीं लग रहा है कुछ calculation में मैंने गलती कर दी होगी क्या. These types of feelings I will talk about. These are not good, and how to overcome them, I will talk about that also in this video. But whenever you have not accurately and confidently solved a question as per you, then it requires to be reviewed to some extent. So up to what extent, I will talk about that. So those of you, maybe some of you who are appearing for the GATE for the first time, and maybe some of you have not started tests even at this point of time. So they will also get some idea that what is mark for review. I will quickly give you a brief. It's a question in front of you. Generally, it is expected that you are going to select whatever answer you feel is correct, and then you are going to click save and next. That will take you to the next question. But somehow you are not sure of the, whatever be the reason, I will talk about them as I said. So there is an option to mark for review and next. So you can mark that question for review and then move to the next question. Now at this point, there is very common confusion or question that some aspirants have. That, sir, if I have attempted this question, whatever A, B, C, D I felt is correct, I calculated, I ticked that, I marked that, okay? And then I marked it for review due to whatever reasons, and I move to the next question. So will this attempt be considered if I have marked it for review? Will my attempt, whatever I filled, whatever option I fill in those, will that be considered or not? So if this question comes to your mind, please understand, mark for review is a tool which has been given to you by exam. Examiner, the software, the calculation has got nothing to do with whether you are marking it with review or you are not marking. It is something for your own convenience. If you have ticked the answer, right? Now whether you go to save and next, whether you go to mark for review, that is going to get considered. If you have not ticked it, whether you click save and next, whether you click mark for review, it is not going to be considered. By chance you ticked wrong one, you can clear your response and take the right one, right? The point is, if something is filled in those dots, or if it is an NET question, you have written something using the virtual number pad. Now whether you mark it for review and click next, or whether you click save and next, it is going to get considered. GATE, IIT, examiner, software has got nothing to do whether you have marked something for review or not. That's only for your own reference. So if you understood this, whatever question comes to your mind regarding mark for review will be cleared. So when you mark a question for review, that question number, comes under a circle, as you can see. As you can see here, question number 7, 8 and 9 I have marked for review, right? In mark for review also there are two varieties, as you can see here. One is without a green dot, but other one, as you can see, there is a green dot. What does that mean? As I told you, if you mark this question for review without putting any answer, maybe you read the question, you have no clue, but you think, yaar kya pata, at the end of the exam I will be able to think what to do next. So you can mark it for review without putting any of the option. In that situation, that question will look like this on the right side, right? On the right side we have a question pehle. So that question will look like this because you have not put any answer in that question. But if you put some answer to that question and then mark it for review, maybe you think that I have solved it, but I think some mistake is there. So I want to check it once again after completing the test. In that situation, if you mark it for review after filling in some answer, then a green dot will be coming here. As you can see, answered and marked for review will be considered for evaluation because you have marked it. Marked it means you have marked your answer. Now whether you review it or you don't review it, it will be considered. So that is the point, that since you have marked some answer, so that red dot is going to appear here. Got the point? I think this will clear some of the confusion, some of the question in your mind regarding mark for review. Now coming back to the main discussion that I was having, that mark for review is a tool which either is overused by aspirants or it is underused by aspirants. Overused means what? Overused means if they are trying to solve some question, they have spent 7, 8, 10 minutes maybe, and they think, yeah, I don't know what to do next, it's taking more and more time, let's leave the question. But since they have spent 10 minutes, so they will think that, chalo, in the end I will come. They will mark that also. If they have no clue about the question, mark that also. That's overuse. If they have some idea about the question, they know how to start at least, but they are not sure whether they will be able to solve it in 3-4 minutes or not, that also they will mark. Something that they have solved, but they are confused whether they have done it correctly or not, that also they will mark. So everything they will mark for review, right? Such students, by the end of the test, when they reach the last question, more than 50% question they will mark for review. And that is the wastage of this feature. Because ultimately, please understand what I am about to tell you next. Ultimately, when you reach the end of the test, you will be having 10-15 minutes in your hand maximum. For majority of the students I am telling. There are some students which can finish the test maybe 30 minutes before, right? Some good students can do that. There can be some very good students who can complete the test in 15 minutes. Getting the point? Very good means they have not prepared anything. In 15 minutes only their test will be complete. They will reach at the last question. So keeping them aside, majority of the students will get in the end approximately average 15 minutes of time, right? In those 15 minutes of time, they have the time left to review what they have done earlier. Now imagine a situation, you are an aspirant, last 15 minutes are left and now you are trying to review your questions and there are 25 questions, 20 questions that you have ticked for review. Think about this situation, close your eyes and think what you will do next. you will randomly start going to the question, or maybe in order from one to in increasing or decreasing order. That's not the way how you should review things, because you will waste your time into that. Every time you go to a question to review, you again have to read the question, you again have to go through your attempt. It is going to take 2 minutes of your time, and then you realize that this is not the right question to review, let's move to the next one. So this has wasted your 2 precious minutes in those last 15 minutes. That is why I am saying that if you use this feature correctly, you will be able to pinpoint 5-6 questions maximum by the end of the test, which you can actually go review, attempt and increase your marks. Otherwise, you will keep on randomly moving here and there between different questions without moving further your marks. Getting the point? So overuse comes into that. As well as some of the students underuse it. They will rather not use it. Hardly 1 or 2 questions they will review. So what will happen in the last 15 minutes? Only 1-2 questions they have for review. I'm not saying it's bad situation. For some students, maybe only 2 questions they had to review. But the point is that if you are underusing it, then obviously 1-2 questions you can review, still you will be having time. And that time you don't know how to utilize, right? How to review and check whatever you have done. That is why both of these situations are not ideal and they waste this important feature. Let's see how to use this feature, in what situation and in what situation you should not use this. Now, if you have not done a question fully and finally, accurately and confidently, you feel the need to review it, right? The first type of such questions are those when the question or the solution that you are doing is getting lengthy or is taking a lot of time. Suppose you are attempting a question and you have already invested 7-8 minutes, more than 7-8 minutes, right? And then definitely a time has come that you should move to the next question. It is a lot time to give to any given question while attempting the test, attempting GATE. Ideally, in less than 5 minutes, you should be able to complete, right? Even those questions which you feel are lengthy. Otherwise, they can be questions of 1 mark, even some 2 marks question also that can be done in less than 2-3 minutes, right? But still, up to 5 minutes, in 6 minutes maybe, that is the maximum capping, the time that you should give to a question, right? Maximum, not average. But if you have crossed 6-7 minutes also, definitely time has come that you should do something about it. If you feel that it is still going on and on, you are thinking, because ego is very dangerous, na? You have taken something on ego. And अरे ये तो मेरा favorite subject है, मैंने तो इतने question solve किए यार इस topic के, ये कैसे solve नहीं हो रहा मेरे से, right? So you'll keep on wasting your time on that question because you feel you have invested and done so many questions on that. How the hell you are not able to solve that question? This is not a good mentality. Ultimately, if you solve a question correctly, then also you will get 1 mark or 2 marks. Whether it's the question of your favorite topic or it is the question of your least favorite topic. Whether you have practiced that topic enough or you have not practiced the topic enough. Whatever you have done. If you do it correctly, you will get your marks. If you don't do it correctly, you will lose your marks. So ultimately, whatever priorities, preferences, strengths, weaknesses you have in any subject, in any topic, that ultimately converts to a number, marks. So focus on converting that to marks. Don't take it on your ego. If it is your favorite topic, you have spent a lot of time, but now the time has come. If you think I'm not gonna get to the answer in next 30 seconds or 1 minute, just pause it there and move to the next question, right? So those types of questions are going to come into type 1. Now in GATE, this is not going to happen with a lot of questions because generally there could be 1 at max 2 lengthy questions, lengthy solutions, okay? So if you find yourself in such a spot, 1-2 question lengthy, taking a lot of time, it happens. 1 or 2 questions you may find lengthy or they can actually be lengthy. So in those questions, definitely, since you have spent your time 6-7 minutes, you are midway to the solution, you are somewhere in the solution, not till the end, but somewhere in the solution. Obviously, that effort should not get wasted. So you should mark that question for review. But as we know, that since you have not reached up to the answer, so you have not ticked any of the answer. You have not ticked, you have not reached up to the answer. So in this question, if you review it, what will happen? This dot will be coming without green dot, right? So definitely you should mark such question for review. Number of such reviews due to lengthy question or lengthy approach could be 1 or 2 maximum. Got it? Now coming to the type 2 questions which you can mark for review, and this is one of the most important category. It is that category where you know the concept, right? Whatever question is given to you, you read the question and you think that yes, this is the concept known to me, a topic that I have covered. But the problem is that you don't know how to relate that theoretical concept with the numerical concept. You don't know how to start the question, how to understand this question and convert that into a numerical problem. Because right now, in recent trend, you can see that GATE has started asking a lot of such questions where you have to do numerical, modeling of the question. Question will look like a general situation, talking about real life situation, real life bodies and components, and you need to understand that, convert and interpret into and model that into a numerical problem and then solve it, right? So these types of problems depend upon your numerical solving skill, and I'm sure you have heard me saying and talking about numerical solving skills a lot in the past weeks and past months, especially since when I launched the course of Exergic Pro, right? Since when I am teaching, the ability of students to solve question accurately and confidently, I feel, is most important, right? If you are in any exam like GATE, where majority questions are numerical, if you are not able to understand, attack a question, start a question numerically, how do you think you are going to get the answer? So those skills, numerical solving skills, are extremely important, and I'm sure you have heard about this course of Exergic Pro, which is launched specifically for GATE 2022, where I work on your numerical solving skills. So those types of questions which I have discussed in this course, if you have gone through it, you will have a good idea what I am talking about here. Where you maybe you know the concept, you have covered the concept, but you don't know कि यार यहाँ पे start कैसे करूँ मैं. I have covered the concept, but I don't know how to apply that concept here. So depending upon that, this type of question you can feel that are present, maybe 1-2 question, depends if you are good in those skills, and it can go as high as 5 or 6 questions also. Getting the point? Such questions where you feel that I don't know how to start, how to interpret, I know the concept, but I don't know how to move further. Such types of question in GATE can be as low as 1 or 2 or as high as 5 or 6, depends upon your numerical solving skills. That's why in this course and overall I focus a lot on numerical solving skills of students. Whatever mistakes, variations in the question, everything, basically 360-degree analysis of the question, to make sure that such types of questions you don't stuck in them, you are able to get the answer accurately and confidently. So make sure that if you are in that category, in that slot where you feel this is your weakness, I will highly and very proudly and confidently recommend you Exergic Pro for GATE 2022. Especially it is targeted for last few weeks and few months towards GATE 2022. So here, if I talk about the average question which a student will mark for review, are going to be 3 to 4. Again, these are those questions where either he is not able to understand the question at all, that यार I know the concept but पता नहीं क्या बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे, तो कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है इसमें. Concept पता है मुझे ये, but I don't know what type of situation are they talking about, how to convert that situation in a numerical. Even if you have converted that in a numerical, where to start from, how to apply the concept, all these types of questions come into this category. And there can be average, I am saying average, it can be low 1 or 2 also and very high also, depends upon your numerical solving skill. So average number of such question will be 3 to 4. Again, in this question you are not going to get to the answer, so you are not going to review, you are not going to tick your answer, so there will be no green dot. So far, suppose you are attempting a question, right, and you are attempting a test, and up to this point you have reached. So you can see 2, 7 and 8 question without the green dot. So either they were lengthy, those questions were lengthy, or maybe you could not get to the answer or start them due to the reasons that I told, due to lack of numerical solving skills, right? Coming to this third category where there is going to be a dot, type 3, where you have solved the question but कुछ अधूरा अधूरा सा लग रहा है, something incomplete is feeling, यार पता नहीं कहीं गलती कर दी है क्या, श्योर नहीं हूँ, मे बी सम कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक, पता नहीं कॉन्सेप्ट ये सही है नहीं है. These types of things which can come to your mind after you finish the question. You don't get a feeling of completion, you don't get a feeling of that you have solved the question accurately, you are not confident about it, right? Now ideally these types of questions should be minimum, very less, because in such cases or in whatever types of question you are solving, I always recommend that fully focus on that specific question, that specific line, that specific concept that you are applying. Whatever work you do in your life, if your mind is distracted here and there, if you are not focused on that work, वो काम करके you will not get that feel, वो feel नहीं आएगा कि यार कुछ किया है, completion का feeling नहीं आएगा, right? Same is applicable here also. If you are solving a question and your mind is running in every direction, thinking about what will happen if my gate is not good, it didn't go good, what if it went very good, ये set difficult है क्या, maybe I got a difficult set, maybe I got easy set. All these things are diverting your attention, diverting your focus from that question. And if it happens, you will not get the feeling of completion, you will not be confident about what you did. And unnecessarily, even the questions which you could do correctly, there you will do some mistake, or if you did them correctly, unnecessarily you will mark them for review. So in this case, if you go on to review after you have completed and you want to review, as I told you, a green dot like this will be coming. Your approach while solving a question should be that I do not have to mark it for review. Attempt the question with this approach, because if you don't do it, then I am telling you this type 3 will become a pain for you. It will become an easy escape. Why? क्योंकि क्वेश्चन यू विल नॉट डू विद फुल फोकस, जो भी किया यू विल मार्क इट फॉर रिव्यू कि चलो बाद में देखेंगे. यू विल जस्ट पुश इट, you will push the finalizing of question for the end, you will keep it for the end and not focus then and there in that moment. This is bad, this is not recommended at all. That is why I will not encourage you to use this type of mark for review where you have solved it correctly but you are still unsure, so you marked it for review. Please जो करना है full and final वहां पे करके निकलो. अगर वो क्वेश्चन इफ यू नो कि यार कॉन्सेप्ट पता है, ऑब्वियसली यू हैव गेट टू द आंसर, जो कंफ्यूजन लग रही है रिव्यू करो उसको वहीं पे, देन एंड देयर गो थ्रू योर अटेम्प्ट, चेक द कैलकुलेशन एंड मूव अहेड विद कॉन्फिडेंस. दैट विल रिक्वायर यू टू बी फोकस्ड ऑन दैट क्वेश्चन, टू फोकस योर अटेंशन ऑन दैट क्वेश्चन. इसीलिए इफ आई विल आस्क यू कि हाँ लगा देना, यू विल अब्यूज दिस एंड यू विल पुट दिस इन एवरी क्वेश्चन. दैट आई डोंट वांट. This should be minimized. This type of mark for review should be minimized. That is why I will not recommend using this, but I can understand there can be one or two genuine such question where you have done everything but still you feel maybe, just maybe 1%, right? So there can be hardly one or two such question if you are actually genuinely with full focus solving it. If your focus is distracted, तुम पूरा पेपर ही जो है उसमें ये मार्क करके आ जाओगे, जो भी अटेम्प्ट करोगे उसमें तुम रिव्यू मार दोगे. इफ योर फोकस इज नॉट करेक्ट, सो मेक श्योर कि फुल फोकस से करो इस रिव्यू को. जहां पे यू हैव आंसर्ड इट, ट्राई टू मिनिमाइज इट, क्वेश्चन को वहीं डन एंड डस्टेड करके यू मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. आई एम नॉट सेइंग स्पेंड 10 minutes ऑन द क्वेश्चन टू डू इट डन एंड डस्टेड, राइट? यू शुड बी एबल टू डू इट इन less than 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes maximum, but with full focus. Getting the point? Coming to the fourth one, which is a type where maybe a question came in gate of which you have no clue at all. You have zero clue. Now, these types of question, if I talk about gate mechanical, every year one such question can come, right? Every year one such question can be expected, which so far it was considered out of syllabus. The topic, the concept was not asked any time in the last 35-40 years. It is a very rare topic, but still somehow a very difficult question came from that topic, right? So such types of questions are those which majority of the aspirants do not attempt because they were not in the syllabus so far, right? So one such question can be there, which I am putting in type 4. If you have zero clue, कुछ हवा ही नहीं लग रही है कि क्या क्वेश्चन है, कुछ हवा ही नहीं है. You don't know the concept, you have not read the terminologies that are there in the question. There should be one such question maximum. In rare of rarest cases, it can be 2, rare of rarest, but only one such question you can find in your set like this. That question don't mark for review. No need to mark that for review. Already you will be having, as I told you, an average number, 1 or 2 questions here, 3 or 4 questions here, and again 1 or 2 questions here. So approximately 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 7 questions, 6 to 8 questions you already have. Average telling, average for an average situation. For review you already have. Go through them because you have some clue about them. In some cases you have started the solution, in some cases you have done the question and you are still thinking to improve it, to check it. So it is better to go to that question rather than focusing on this type. So this one I will not recommend to do anything about this. Okay, maybe if you think nahi, I want to check this, how can I miss this? So obviously you have scribble pad with you. In scribble pad, maybe on the first page of scribble pad you can make a box and you can write the question number of that, right? So just in case, maybe you reviewed everything, now still you have 5 minutes of time, maybe. So in that situation you can come here and do some effort. So these are the 4 types in which question will fall, right? And what you have to do in those cases, I have told you, minimize this type of review. If you have this type of review, either it is lengthy or the question you lack numerical solving skills. As I told you, only one question, hardly 2 questions you can find to be very lengthy. So majority of these type of review are going to be type 2 questions, right? So make sure that you work on your numerical solving skills. This is the time to work on your numerical solving skills. And again, I am wholeheartedly and confidently, proudly, I am recommending you that go through the Exergic Pro course. It will improve your numerical solving skills and it will definitely increase marks in GATE while solving numerical questions. And the good news is that GATE 2022 sale is going to get live from 12th of December to 16th of December, where it's going to be flat 50% off on test series and Exergic Pro. I recommend that you go through this and make sure to benefit from this because it is the last sale for GATE 2022. I wish you all the best. I am sure the tips that I shared with you in this video are going to help you in writing test series also, in GATE also, and it's going to improve your numerical solving skills, your exam writing skills. I wish you all the best.